Southeastern Championship Wrestling. Innovators in televised wrestling of personality profile, split screen, instant replay, and other technical firsts. The program voted #1 by the Wrestling Writers Federation of America. Join us now for the fast-paced competition of professional wrestling, featuring the top grapplers from the world's largest governing body, the National Wrestling Alliance.
Hello, I'm Charlie Platt along with Les Thatcher, and this week on Southeastern Championship Wrestling, Randy Rose and Dennis Condrey will be in action against the Junkyard Dog, Norvell Austin and Robert Gibson.
Should be quite an event. And the man setting the World Junior Heavyweight Division on fire, Jerry Stubbs, will be taking on Roy Welch.
We'll have some videotaped highlights of a match in which Mr. Saito takes on Bob Armstrong. Also, a demonstration by Saito on today's program.
That's right. We'll be demonstrating Saito's unique brand of sleeper hold, Charlie in the wrestling ring. Plus, we're going to see Jimmy Golden in action against Jimmy Jones.
And a totally unexpected happening that has shocked the world of pro wrestling between Jimmy Golden and his cousin Ron Fuller, the Tennessee stud. It has the entire wrestling world in an uproar, and at last, it was something that totally unexpected, and Jimmy Golden has fooled many people.
In its wake, Charlie, it left the Tennessee stud on the injured list and has added Don Bass to the broken leg list, which has already got Johnny Valiant on it. And, of course, we've got tapes of that issue. You'll be seeing it later on in the program. But many of Ron Fuller's friends are calling the office of Don Curtis wanting to challenge Jimmy Golden because of this sort of a revenge thing, because of this incident. Of course, you'll understand it more as the program unfolds as we go along, but it certainly, as you mentioned, Charlie, has the whole wrestling world buzzing.
Hopefully we'll get some comments from Jimmy on this matter. February, beginning next week, championship month here on television, we will have a title match each week, and that's something in itself.
That's right. One of the titles will be defended right here on television each week throughout the month of February, and that should be quite exciting, Charlie.
Speaking of those titles, we have some new title holders here in the Southeastern wrestling area.
That's right. Brad Armstrong has proved himself in singles matches by winning a one-night tournament to become the United States Junior Heavyweight Champion, and certainly the youngest man to ever hold that title.
18 years old. Jerry Stubbs aced Les Thornton for the World Junior Heavyweight Championship, and we'll be talking to Jerry a little later in today's program. All in all, an outstanding hour of professional wrestling coming your way, and we'll be bringing you up to date on, of course, the situation with Jimmy Golden and Ron Fuller. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the United States Junior Heavyweight Champion, Brad Armstrong.
Brad, I know it's certainly got to be one of the proudest moments of your very short career.
Yes, sir. It's like a dream come true winning this ball. Lady Luck was certainly in my corner that night, I tell you.
Brad, of course, now the going gets a little bit tougher because now you've got to meet a lot of tough challengers.
Yes, sir. I went into the tournament, the lightest man in the tournament, 205, kind of the underdog, you know, the least experienced there. And Dad's always told me the David and Goliath story, you know, the big man, the small man, and I try to keep that in mind, and that usually helps.
Brad, looks like you've got things going your way, and we want to wish you a lot of continued success with that belt.
Thank you.
Brad Armstrong, United States Junior Heavyweight Champion. Certainly we followed the career of Brad since July 4th, Les, and it's amazing.
And a lot of things have happened in a relatively short career, and Charlie, you can only see good things and up is the way Brad Armstrong is going.
A lot of action coming your way today. Let's go to the ring now for the introduction of our first match.
Our first match is one fall, 10 minutes time limit. Your referee, Larry Brock. Larry Brock, your referee. Introducing in the corner to my left, at a combined weight of 445 pounds, Norvell Austin and Robert Gibson. Austin and Gibson. Their opponents, at a combined weight of 472 pounds, the Southeastern Tag Team Champions, Randy Rose and Dennis Condrey.
Rose and Condrey taking on the Junkyard Dog and Robert Gibson, and two outstanding athletes against the champions.
Certainly the champions have had rough sledding, Charlie, but they've hung on to those belts tenaciously. They'll get quite an outing with Gibson and Norvell. Should give them quite a team to go against. It will be Dennis Condrey starting for the Cousins and the Junkyard Dog. Norvell Austin out as Ron Bass joins us here at our microphone.
Well, this is the first time I've had a chance to come out here and talk offer you fellas while the match is going on. And the reason I'm out here is there's one little skinny punk up out in the ring, Mr. Robert Gibson. The man is chasing me around and saying that I heard his brother Ricky and that he wants to challenge me. Well, that's okay. I want to come out here and say he's going to get annihilated right here on TV today because that's the Southeastern Tag Team Champion, and everybody knows that Rose and Condrey can take care of business, baby.
With the ongoing feud with Robert Gibson, certainly you put his brother Ricky out of professional wrestling, and Robert has every right in the world, I would think, to seek a little revenge on Ron Bass.
That reminds me of a dog chasing a Mack truck. What's he going to do once he catches that Mack truck? Robert Gibson ain't even going to get through the matter today. I guarantee you he's going to get beat because Rose is finding a strong superior man.
Gibson looking good now as he moves up on Randy Rose. Nice arm drag. Tags Norvell Austin, and the dog moves in to take over. Gibson and Austin looking good as a combination, and Ron Bass, certainly law of averages are bound to catch up with you sooner or later. You've put a lot of people on the disabled list, the injured list, and sooner or later it's going to come back to haunt you, I'm afraid.
If you keep yourself in condition, and if you're a superb athlete like I am, you don't have to worry about injuries. Robert Gibson can chase, the stud can chase, anybody, Paul Orndorff, anybody can chase the big bass man, but once you get him, what are you going to do with him, man? Too much anybody can do, baby. Look at that move. You ain't said nothing about Rose and Condrey. What about that move right there, son?
Randy Rose combines good wrestling in his repertoire here, and nice flying head scissor. I've never said that Rose or Condrey couldn't do it at all on that mat, but certainly they elect to cut corners, Charlie.
Indeed. Good flying head scissors by Rose has Norvell tied up with those head scissors, and the junkyard dog looks for some means of escape.
May I interrupt? You say cut corners. Does that mean that they try to win a match? Well, that's exactly what they do, Les Thatcher. They win matches, baby. That's what you got to do to be a professional wrestler, is win matches, baby.
Well, there are a set of rules laid down for professional wrestling like any other sport, and the normal object is to follow those particular rules and win within them. But, yes, I say that Rose and Condrey, along with yourself, will go outside those rules occasionally, Ron.
Make rules fit your own situation, and that's what makes a loser, and that's what makes a winner. Now, you hadn't said nothing about the pins that are being used right now.
Good move by Robert Gibson. Catches Condrey with that abdominal stretch coming off of the rope. Referee Larry Brock asking for a submission. In the meantime, there's a corner being cut by Randy Rose coming off of that rope.
Well, I told you the man would get annihilated today, and look at him now. He's hurt already.
Making the save, gets the tag, and moves in to go to work on Robert Gibson.
Man, I didn't get a chance to hurt this kid. Looks like Rose and Condrey might take care of it for me.
Beautiful drop kick from that second hit by Randy Rose.
Very good, Randy.
Gibson being very tenacious, Ron. He's staying right in there.
He is staying all right, but he's getting his brains beat out. There's a big difference, Les Thatcher. You're standing and get your brains beat out. That's ignorant, and that's what's happening right there.
Condrey with that reverse chin lock now, applying the pressure to Robert Gibson.
We got it. Just like brother Ricky, boy. Thatcher. Charlie Platt, did I tell you the man is in for a beating of his life today right here on TV, and he's got the audacity to chase me and want to get a hold of the big man? Well, he ain't in my league yet, baby.
Rose clotheslining Gibson, but Gibson bails out on the 2 count. The tag goes to Condrey. Condrey moves in to take over, and a kick to the midsection. Rose and Condrey pounding away at Robert Gibson, and they certainly had him on the run. That's the tag. We've got a fresh man in the junkyard dog.
Junkyard dog in against Dennis Condrey. Look at the fist up there on my man last night, Charlie Platt. You ain't said nothing about this. I'm tired even looking at this. You people are so fine.
Robert Gibson tags back in. This is Condrey. Condrey hits the mat. A little bit of their own medicine, Les, I think. Wait a minute.
Ron Bass has put his 2 cents worth in. He tripped Robert Gibson. Condrey going down for the pin, and then when Ron Bass can't stand successively on his arm, Robert Gibson out after Gibson and Bass still going at it on the floor. And the match did go to Rose and Condrey with a good outside effort by Ron Bass on that one, Charlie.
Indeed, and if we could get Norvell Austin and Paul Orndorff out of that ring over here, we need to review a particular piece of videotape in which Rose and Condrey.
Orendorf and Austin have been a thorn in the side of Rose and Condrey for the past several weeks, and certainly breathing down the champion's neck. They have formed a very potent tag team combination.
Paul, stuff like that, you see what we have to put up with? That's a bunch of garbage. This is what they've been doing for the last 4 or 5 weeks to us. They've been running in, interfering in our matches, interfering on Bob Armstrong matches, and I tell you what, something's going to be done about it. And we're going to put an end to it quick.
Well, Paul, we've got some videotape of you and Norvell against Rose and Condrey. Let's roll that and get your comments. Well, right now we're seeing Norvell exchanging blows with Randy Rose, and as I was mentioning before you approached the desk, Paul, the fact is that you and Norvell have been breathing down the champion's neck.
That's true, Les. You know, we faced these Condrey and Rose 2 or 3 different times. We've defeated them, and we're demanding that we want a title shot. We want something done about it, because we know that we can beat it. We proved it to ourselves and to the people. These two guys can be beaten, and they know it.
Norvell, I know that you're very happy with the success and the results of the team of you and Paul.
Right on. Paul's a doggone good partner. Couldn't have got a better partner nowhere in the world. And we can't function as a team. But like you said, Randy Rose and Dennis Condrey, they pull out all stops and they interfere with matches. But we got some news for them. Sooner or later, somewhere down the line, we're going to take them and we're going to take them belts from them.
Well, gentlemen, this match here, quite a bit of money at stake. You and Paul were able to come up with a big win, and because of that, certainly have to be considered major threats for those tag team belts.
Right on. We pulled surprise on everybody, taking people by storm. A lot of people in this area didn't know Paul, but they doggone know him now, and we just got lucky to come out on top.
You know something, Norvell? You know that sometimes you got to fight fire with fire, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We don't care what we have to do to win. If we have to do what they do to win, we're going to do it, because we want that. We want those belts. It's plain as simple as that. And if we have to to resort to those kind of tactics, then we will. It don't make no difference to me.
Exactly right. Exactly.
We want those belts. Those belts mean money, prestige, and let's face it, I wouldn't call those two the true champions, not one bit.
Going back to some comments you made on your arrival here in the southeastern area, Paul, you said that titles very much interest you, whether it be tag championship, singles, and you know that these tag titles are but a stepping stone and put you in better shape for world title shots against men like Harley Race.
That's very true. You know, to get a shot at the world champion, you got to be noticed. And like you said, that these belts would be a start for myself and Norvell. Who knows, it could be Norvell. But I was once a world champion one time. I know what it takes to be a world champion. And I'm just looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting some of these belts. Not only the tag team belts, but the Alabama heavyweight belt. It doesn't make a bit of difference to me. I'm coming out for somebody's belt, and they best be aware of it.
And here we see Norvell giving a little of the Condrey Rose treatment right back at him.
Exactly right. They got a little taste of their own medicine, and I saw a good opportunity to pull one of their stops, and I did, and we come out on top on that.
And of course,
Well, good for the goose, good for the gander, I guess you might say.
A lot of money at stake in that match, and gentlemen, it's on to the Southeastern Tag titles. As far as you two are concerned, that's what you're looking at.
That's exactly what we're looking at, and you're going to see us wearing those belts in the very near future. That's a promise. You can count on it, bank on it.
Paul Orndorff and Norvell Austin will be back in just a moment.
for a Southeastern wrestling card. For reservations and information, call 320-6163. Tickets on sale Monday at 9 a.m. at the Boutwell box office. In a special event, Mr. USA Tony Atlas comes to Birmingham to battle Jimmy Golden. The Southeastern Tag Team title on the line as Randy Rose and Dennis Condrey defend against the tandem of Norvell Austin and Paul Orndorff. In a karate legal match, non-sanctioned by Southeastern Wrestling, Bob Armstrong battles Mr. Saito. United States Junior Heavyweight title on the line, no disqualification as champion Brad Armstrong meets Jerry Stubbs. Robert Gibson against outlaw Ron Bass, and Charlie Cook opens against Oki Shakina. Don't forget, Mr. USA Tony Atlas against Jimmy Golden. Rose and Condrey defend against Austin and Orendorf. Armstrong against Saito. Brad Armstrong defends the U.S. Junior title against Jerry Stubbs. And it all comes together Monday night, Birmingham's Boutwell Auditorium at 8 p.m. Tickets go on sale Monday morning at Boutwell Auditorium at 9 a.m. for this super lineup Monday night beginning at 8 p.m. The Southeastern Tag Team Championship is on the line as the gentlemen with me defend their title. That's Randy Rose and Dennis Condrey. They'll be facing these challengers, Paul Orndorff and Norvell Austin.
You know, Paul, this is it. This is our big chance. Southeastern Tag titles are up. Condrey and Rose, we already proved ourselves by beating y'all in a non-title match the last time out. And Mr. Don Curtis saw fit that we get a championship match. And we gonna come and show y'all what we got.
You know, there's been a lot of good things happening. You know, our hostages are free. The Super Bowl is all over with now. And now we're coming up for those belts. This is what we've been working for the last month or so here. This is what we've been training for, working very hard for it. But Norvell and myself, we're ready. We know what kind of team they are. They're a very good team. We're coming out there for one reason and one reason only. And that's to defeat these two, Condrey and Rose, and get those belts.
Y'all going down, baby.
Gentlemen, they do hold the win over you. How do you feel about it now, Dennis?
You know, Les Thatcher, everybody is gunning for Condrey and Rose. Everybody in the southeastern area wants a shot at these belts. Well, let me get this straight now, boys. Are you sure, absolutely sure, you want a championship match with Condrey and Rose? Because I want to get this straight for the record. You're going to get one shot, and one shot only. And I think that's all you're going to want.
Randy, they seem to be ready and
I don't
prepared.
think they're sure, cuz I don't think they got the guts. They talk about they beat us, but they ain't beating nobody, and they talk about the hostages. But the only thing that's going to be in captivity now is you, boys, because when you come for Condrey and Rose, you're coming for the best. So drive your truck, your trailer, or your bus, but there won't be no running from us.
Randy Rose and Dennis Condrey defend the Southeastern Tag Team Championship against Paul Orndorff and Norvell Austin Monday night in Birmingham's Boutwell Auditorium. And Mr. USA, Tony Atlas, makes a rare appearance as he battles Jimmy Golden. That's Birmingham's Boutwell Auditorium at 8 p.m.
Certainly the world of pro wrestling is still in shock over the recent incident in which the man sitting with me now, Jimmy Golden, turned against his own cousin, the Tennessee stud Ron Fuller, in the ring. And the challenges continue to come in from wrestlers from all around the country, Jimmy. And frankly, the fans are still just shocked as to why you would do such a thing.
Can you imagine that, man? I tell you what, I feel like a real Hollywood star all of a sudden. People coming in from everywhere. Friends of Ron Fuller's done challenging me, getting ready, man. There's going to be the greatest record set ever in the southeastern area. I'm going to beat them all, baby, line them up, and bring them on. Look at here at the Tennessee stud. That's all that's left of him right there. You know, the man fell right into the spider's web, and I ate him alive. Thanks to all of you people out there. I knew you was on my side all the way. And I'm going to tell you something. The Tennessee stud is gone bye-bye. I'm going to take care of business. Robert Fuller, all his friends. You know, it makes me feel like Superman almost, man. They're all coming right at me, baby. But that's what I want them to do, because I am one of the greatest that's ever been, baby, and I'm here to take all challenges, especially from them Fuller boys.
Well, I think the question in everyone's mind right now is still, why would you do such a thing?
Well, it's, you know, like this, Brother Charlie Platt, the Tennessee stud and his brother are Tennessee trash. They're no good. The only thing that they ever think about is breaking legs and breaking bones, especially that Tennessee stud with his inside toe hold. But he has broke his last leg. The stud has, I saw him haul him off. I saw him haul the boy off like the Tennessee trash that he is. And he won't be with us no longer. And the day that he does get out of the hospital, he better be facing me. And if he don't, he is a coward. A gutless coward. That's what I'm telling you. A gutless coward, the Tennessee stud. He is no longer the Tennessee stud. I am your stud, the super stud, right here, baby.
Your attention, please. Our next match, one fall, 10-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my left at 224 pounds from Oklahoma, Roy Welch. Roy Welch. His opponent at 225 pounds from Atlanta, Georgia, the World Junior Heavyweight Champion, Jerry Stubbs. Jerry Stubbs.
Jerry Stubbs, what can be said about this man's career in pro wrestling of recently?
Oh, well, he, of course, the United States Junior Heavyweight Champion, held that title longer than any other man, and now has taken the belt around the waist of Les Thorne, which is no minor chore, Charlie, when you get right down to the brass tacks of it.
The National Wrestling Alliance World Junior Heavyweight Champion, this arbitrary takedown by the champion.
And, of course, he's got a good junior heavyweight in that ring with him right now. Veteran Roy Welch. Roy on the reversal with the arm drag. Nice takedown. You know, a lot of people comment on Jerry Stubbs' attitude, his ego, his style in the ring. But as I've said so many times, Charlie, throughout my wrestling career or in watching other people in that ring, the bottom line is the dollars in the bank. When you're the world champion, you're putting more of them out of your division than anybody else.
Indeed. Arm twist reverse by Welch. Good takedown.
Nice takedown. Stubbs on defense now. And, of course, this is the posture of many of the world's champions. They'll lay back, let the challenger, let the man they're wrestling bring it to them. Look for the opening. Of course, Jerry Stubbs, as we mentioned to Brad Armstrong earlier in the program, you're at the top of your division right now, and the only way to go is down, and everyone's gunning for you.
Quite a test for Brad Armstrong. At this stage of his career, it is really a test for him to hold that title. Good move by Welch, and it's a 2 count on the champion.
Stubbs bailing right out. And, of course, you know, that is true, Charlie. Everyone thinks, well, it's awfully hard work. It's a lot of hard work and dedication to get to the top. But it's even harder work and more dedication to stay there.
To stay on the top. Exactly right. And I think the theory you were talking about, it really makes sense for a champion like Jerry Stubbs to stay on defense during the match and look for that opening, because if you get too aggressive, that right man's going to come along sometime and it's all over.
Most definitely, Charlie. You know, at any stage, in any division, any weight limit, or any regional world title, you worked hard to get that belt. You want to hang on to it at any cost. It is money in the bank. It is prestige. And certainly, you're not going out there. You didn't win it by making foolish mistakes. You certainly can't hang on to it by doing that same thing.
Side headlock by Stubbs.
Stubbs has been playing it close to the vest. He has really opened up with Roy, and rightly so. Welch can take advantage of a slight opening or a slight mistake on your part and turn into a win for himself. It seemed to it many times. And right now they're in the ropes. And a little short shoulder by Roy, and a second one doubles the champion up.
Move by Welch, catches his man with that elbow coming off the rope. Certainly, we talk of Jerry Stubbs and his accomplishments in pro wrestling, but 2 count on the champion. Again, you've got to look at it this way. Excellent opportunity for Welch. The right move, catch that champion off guard, even though this is a non-title match, to defeat the World Junior Heavyweight Champion. That would be an accomplishment.
A strong bargaining position when it comes down to contract time. A win over the champion. And, of course, when we're on the subject of Brad Armstrong, Junior Heavyweight Champions, you know, Jerry was rather distressed that he was not in the one-night tournament in which Brad won that title. But certainly he's got a title now that is a notch, as far as this country is concerned, above that. It'll be interesting to see these two locking horns. The young, aggressive U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champion and the veteran World Junior Heavyweight Champion.
And right now, under pressure, Stubbs begins to open up on Welch.
Jerry is methodically chipping away at the defenses of Roy Welch now. Welch stunned and dazed, coming up slowly. Stubbs drives that knee in high on the... And Roy coming up slowly now, moving to the ropes for a little assistance. Stubbs right on top of him. And of course, you see this, where Jerry realizes he is in the driver's seat. It's the one point, Charlie, that he is opening up. He's moving in, taking advantage. He's seen the door open before he's taking a chance of going over the threshold.
Smart move by Welch. Use that bottom rope. Break is called for by Brock. Forearm to the side of the head.
Stubbs moving in on him again, and another well-placed forearm. Roy right back at him in the shot to the midsection, and again. And Welch now taking some of the wind out of the sails of champion Jerry Stubbs.
It's his man over in the ropes. Comes off. High back body drop. Down for the pin. 2 count. And the champion powers out again.
Jerry coming up slowly, favoring the back. Welch throwing the forearm. Going again with that right hand. Grabs the headlock now. Stubbs catapults him off. Goes to the elbow with a miss. Welch going for the drop kick, but Stubbs was able to catch him midair, turns him out to the grab. Roy with good leverage takes him over. And Stubbs has got him. A good exchange series, Charlie, by both wrestlers. Stubbs comes out on the top, edges his man with a 3 count. Nice pin.
Beautiful series of moves. Jerry Stubbs, World Junior Heavyweight Champion, your winner of the match over Roy Welch. Our personality profile is coming up next. Stay with us. Proud Jerry Stubbs. Jerry, you proved to not only the wrestling fans here in the Southeastern area, but all over the world to be one of the most successful young athletes in pro wrestling today. You've had a lot of hard times recently in the holding of the United States Junior Heavyweight title. That title was held up. There was a one-night tournament for a new champion. Brad Armstrong was successful in dominating that tournament, and he is now the U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champion. You want that title match, and rightfully so. Since you held the title longer than anyone else in the history of the U.S. Junior title, you have that matchup coming.
Well, let me clear up something right now. You know, they did hold a United States Junior title tournament, and it was held in Mobile, and Brad Armstrong won it. But Jerry Stubbs wasn't in that tournament. Jerry Stubbs had a World Junior title match with Les Thatcher, whom I defeated. And Brad Armstrong, you're standing in my way, son. And let me tell you, I'm going to be the first one to hold the World and the United States Junior Heavyweight Championships. And boy, let me tell you, you've made a bad mistake. You're in my way. And if I have to hurt you, maybe I won't have to hurt you too bad, but you're going to get out of my way, and I'm going to be the first to hold both titles.
That would be a major accomplishment for you, Jerry, to hold both the World Junior Heavyweight Championship and the United States Junior Heavyweight Championship. And another studio right now standing by with the current U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champion is Les Thatcher. And Les, let's have some comments from Brad Armstrong.
Thank you, Charlie. Brad, probably at first glance, every 18-year-old boy in the country would like to be in your shoes, the youngest United States Junior Heavyweight Champion. But as we look a little deeper, you're the top gunfighter in the division now. A lot of gunfighters are coming after you, and one such man is Jerry Stubbs, who held this belt longer than anyone else. How does this make you feel?
Well, Jerry Stubbs is a very tough man, no doubt. But winning this title to me was one of the happiest moments in my life. The best thing that ever happened to me, I think, because I did it by myself. And it proved a lot to me. And Jerry Stubbs, he held this belt longer than anybody. That's what was said earlier. And I realized that he's going to be coming after me tough, and I'm going to have to be just a little tougher, because me and Jerry used to work out together and used to be real good friends, real close. So I learned all of his moves, and most of them he taught me. But I've learned a little bit more in the profession. I don't know about this no DQ. I'm not sure about that. But I'm going to be out there giving 100%, and that's all I can do, Les.
Brad, I know you will. I know you'll give 100%. Brad Armstrong did prove in a field of wrestlers more experienced, 4 veterans, actually, that he was the better wrestler. And this is what he's going to have to prove as he faces Jerry Stubbs for this title. Back to you, Charlie.
Thank you. That's interesting point is that in Brad Armstrong getting into professional wrestling in the real early stages of his career, he did work out with Jerry Stubbs. Jerry Stubbs showed him many of the moves that you have perfected and has made your career very successful in pro wrestling. And a little advantage for Brad concerning what he knows about Jerry Stubbs and his moves.
Well, you know, he don't know all about Jerry Stubbs, because like you just said, Charlie Platt, I did teach the boy a lot of moves, a lot of ways to get out of holes. But let me tell you, I never taught you all of them. And let me say something. I like to go back to this tournament, you know, this United States Junior Heavyweight Tournament one more time. Brad, you did not defeat me. You have never beat me, and you never will beat me. So when you come, make sure you bring that nice, shiny United States Junior Heavyweight belt,
because we're going right down to it, and I'm going to take it all home. Just like I said at the start of this program, I'm going to be first to hold both titles. And I may just retire both of them.
Interesting points. The United States Junior Heavyweight Championship, if won by Jerry Stubbs, would put him in a very good position, him holding the World Junior Heavyweight Championship and the United States Junior Heavyweight Championship. On the other side of the coin, we're looking at Brad Armstrong, who only July 4th started in professional wrestling in the top 5 for Rookie of the Year for 1980. And at the young age of 18, he now holds the United States Junior Heavyweight Championship.
He's come a long way, Charlie Platt, and one reason is because of me. I helped put you there, son, but I'm going to help take you down. You can count on that.
The outcome should be interesting.
We're here in the ring with the Alabama State Heavyweight Wrestling Champion, Mr. Saito. And Mr. Saito, a lot of people have been wanting to understand the way you use your sleeper or your Cobra hold, which is so much different from everyone else's. So we've asked you to come in and demonstrate us and show us exactly move for move how you do the sleeper hold.
Okay, I show you, American people, my sleeper hold I show you now.
Okay, step by step, very slowly, if you will, Roy Welch. Right, and when you feel yourself going, just tap it.
All right, I'll tap you on the arm. Don't worry about authority.
Okay.
Okay?
Slowly, please go through it step by
Take a
step.
hand. Oh, thank you. Very good. So you come here, grab my left side, right side, and grab
Grab
my
the left arm,
Right side.
come across, underneath, he's going up under the left arm.
Very important here.
Very important sight. Then he clamps on. Wait a minute, he's out. Wait a minute, he's going down. Bring it up. Referee. Saito clamping down on the carotid artery.
Mr. Saito.
Oh, wait a minute now. All right, but
Saito.
In that demonstration, Saito going after Welch. The referee tries to pull him off. Now it's Bob Armstrong. Armstrong coming into the ring. Mr. Saito supposed to be giving it his demonstration of his very unusual sleeper hold. He did not relinquish the hold as Roy Welch was going out, and then Saito grabs referee Larry Brock. Coming in to break it up, Bob Armstrong.
You all right, Roy?
And Armstrong coming to the rescue of...
Go back to the desk to Charlie Platt. We'll join him over there, Bob, if you don't mind.
Armstrong coming to the rescue of not only referee Larry Brock, but Roy Welch. It was Mr. Saito not wanting to relinquish that hold, that patented sleeper that he has.
Supposed to have been a demonstration. Of course, it did get out of hand. Roy tapped him to turn loose. I tapped him, and of course, he did not turn loose. But it was supposed to be...
I understood that was supposed to be a demonstration when the man bared down. You have to referee, too. I know what that hole will do to you. I've been in it before, and that's ridiculous. A demonstration is a demonstration. He wasn't out here to hurt anybody.
That's right.
We have a piece of videotape, Bob, in which you were in action against Mr. Saito. Wayne, if we could, let's roll that tape.
You know, lately, every time you see Saito, you see Condrey and Rose. There's an old saying, birds of a feather flock together. Every time I see these three, it looks like buzzards to me. That's the kind of feathered friends they are. Now, right here, we've been going pretty good, Charlie, and I did go to the use of a little martial arts. He'd been doing it to me all night, so I just retaliated. It was a pretty hard-fought match. We were both down and out here. In fact, I believe the referee was counting us both at this time. But this man, his form of the sleeper hold does cut off the carotid artery, and it'll put you out in a minute. Now, here I was just beating him to the punch a little bit. He was trying to jack my jaw a little, and I showed him what jaw jacking and chest slapping was all about, brother. I was popping him good, but here he comes right back. It was kind of nip and tuck here. He can hit hard, and I don't hit easy myself. And here he grabbed the headlock, and here he went. He caught me with a knee right here. I had a move for him, but he caught me with a knee, and that knocked me senseless. I ended up with one leg on the rope. He's a tough man, no doubt about it. And here he goes with that martial arts. So he hits you right in the sternum, takes your breath. He uses a lot of moves. He's a good wrestler, but he certainly knows that martial art. And here he's going to every move he can. He's choking, he's scratching, biting, anything he can do. And he's noted for that. He's known all over the world for that. Here he's got me against the ropes, and he's throwing me in right here. He's going to put the quietus to me, but I ducked. And when I ducked, I caught him by surprise, nailed him a couple of times. There I put it on him. Then I had it on him real good. Now in a minute you're going to see the other birds of a feather that flock together. The other buzzards are going to come right in the ring. Here they come. Every time I turn around, there they are. Now you're going to see them hold me in just a second there. I fought him for a minute. Now he hits me with a karate shot right here. They put my Adam's apple down to my kneecap somewhere. And then he puts his hold on me. Now that's exactly the kind of trick he tried to pull right here. 3-on-1. That's the way they like it. Now they're having a ball here, and finally he puts me completely out. But you know, Charlie, to me, that's not what professional wrestling is all about. 3-on-1. Now here comes Paul and Norvell to try to get him off of me, and they were fighting him off. And he had me out. He could have let me go. I didn't even know where I was at this time. They were fighting to get in. He just wanted to do permanent damage because, sure enough, if you hold the Japanese sleeper the way he uses it, it'll do permanent damage to you. You cut off that carotid artery to the brain long enough, and it's going to do some brain damage. You can see he's holding on. He knows he's got me. He ain't moving a muscle. Everybody's fighting to get in, and finally, they do the job and get him off of me. And I was in Never Never Land. The Sandman had come to see me in the form of one big Japanese wrestler. But you know, like I say, they all flock together, three of them. If you see Condrey or Rose, you see Saito. But sooner or later, this gang of buzzard is going to be busted up. Maybe sooner than later, because I got a plan just like they have. And it might work, brother. It's going to work.
Comments of Bob Armstrong. More action coming your way on Southeastern Championship Wrestling. Stay with us.
On Channel 42, beginning at 2 p.m. That's next Saturday here on 42 at 2 p.m. Monday night in Bowell Auditorium, a Super Southeastern Wrestling lineup. One of the feature matches is a karate legal match, non-sanctioned by Southeastern Wrestling, pitting this man, Bob Armstrong, against the Oriental Ace, Mr. Saito. Before I talk to Bob, let's hear from Mr. Saito.
Another legal match. This is my match. You know, American karate, too soft, so down, not too good. Japanese karate is so great karate. I am just good and out of power.
All right, Bob Armstrong, you got to be the biggest fool in the world to sign a match not sanctioned by the NWA karate legal match with this man.
There you have it, Bob. How do you feel?
Well, sanctioned or not, I sanctioned it and Saito sanctioned it. And I notice any time you see him, you see Condrey and Rose. It's kind of like birds of a feather flocking together, and there was three buzzards if I've ever seen them. Well, they could get their little beaks chopped off. Why not a karate match? Every time I turn around in Birmingham, that Saito is karateing me half to death. Well, why not make it legal? Let's just karate each other. And like I said before, he might be a master. He might know a million ways to chop me to pieces. But I know one darn good way to chop you, brother. And you know what? It only takes one, Les. It only takes one place. One in the right place, brother, and you will go down like the big Japanese bull that you are. And I hope Condrey and Rose are waiting in the ring, because when you fall, brother, I hope that Boutwell Auditorium will shake for 5 minutes when your big 245-pound carcass hits the mat. And if you decide to get into it like you usually do, I'm going to have me some troops waiting this time. It could turn into an all-scale war. Well, if it does, so be it. I'm tired of getting chopped up. I got stitches in my head. My shoulder's dislocated. But who cares? In Boutwell, we're going to get it on karate, kung fu, or boogaloo.
Monday night in Birmingham.
Your attention, please. Our next match, one fall, TV time remaining. Introducing in the corner to my left, at 225 pounds from Montgomery, Alabama, Jimmy Jones. Jimmy Jones. At 232 pounds from Montgomery, Alabama, Jimmy Golden. Jimmy Golden.
Golden taking on Jimmy Jones. And, of course, main man of controversy in the ring right now.
Certainly. And he's built all that controversy around himself. After this match, we'll be inviting Jimmy Golden to the dance floor. Take a look once again at the controversial weight. Jones going after Golden.
Golden takes a hike and will take a breather with a 10 count on the outside of the ring. Certainly one thing's for sure, Jimmy will win this match, Charlie.
Jimmy will win the match. Lock up again. It's Golden. With the ride, takedown.
I'd be anxious to ask Jimmy Golden some questions about the incident involving his cousin, Ron Fuller, the Tennessee Stud, in the match with the Bass brothers. Ron is on. As we mentioned earlier, Don Bass has joined John Valiant on the broken leg list, and Ron Fuller, the Tennessee Stud, out of action indefinitely.
Golden takes his man head first into that turnbuckle. Boot to the midsection. Golden opening up on Jones.
You know, I do believe that Jimmy Golden is more comfortable wrestling the style we're seeing today than he was in the several weeks that he altered his style to get alongside his cousin, Ron Fuller, the Tennessee Stud. I'm anxious to ask Jimmy some questions about this thing.
Too. Some questions have been asked Jimmy already, Les, but as of such, I have heard none that made any sense whatsoever.
The answers are not exactly what we call concise and to the point.
Exactly right. Right now, he's opening up on Jimmy Jones.
Golden shooting his man in, catches him with a kick, goes to work on Jones. We're back with a headlock now.
Controversy about the legality of some of Golden's rules that he follows in that ring. Certainly they are questionable.
Jones catching him and doubling up with that elbow, moving in now on shoulder. Another shot to the midsection. Jones catapults him cross corner. Moves in again, and Jimmy Jones having things his way here. As Golden pulls himself back into those ropes and falls to the break. Jones lays a token knee in there. Doubles him up with a shot to the midsection as he comes off the ropes.
Takes him in. Golden catching Jones with the boot to the face. Hooks in that neck breaker. Pulls his man up. Does not even go for the pin. And again, neck breaker by Jimmy Golden. And he has the match over Jimmy Jones.
Jimmy Golden with a win, with a decisive decision over Jimmy Jones. We're going to try and get Jimmy Golden down here to the desk with us, and Charlie and I both mentioned a lot of questions to ask. Whether we'll get the answers or not is a horse of an entirely different color.
Indeed, Les. Jimmy Golden, a man of controversy for some time in the Southeastern wrestling area, comes back, and Ron Fuller takes him as a partner, and in a double bull rope match, we see that you again, Jimmy Golden, has turned completely against the Fuller family.
What?
Turned completely.
You don't know what you're talking about, Charlie
Let's
Platt.
roll the film if we can.
Let me tell you something. They're going to give me a medal, baby. An honor medal. Because I have come up with the greatest plan, and it all fit together like a real small puzzle.
Well, what we're seeing here is you and Ron Bass coming back into the ring. The inside step we're told Ron Fuller has on Donnie Bass. At this point, the leg of Don Bass was broken. But you and Ron Bass lash each arm, each wrist of Ron Fuller, the Tennessee Stud, string him up between corners, Jimmy, and just literally start to pound on him.
He had it coming. That jerk has had it coming for all of his born days. He has broke leg after leg, and right there he was going to break Donnie Bass's leg, and there was enough of it. He ain't going to break no more legs because he ain't here no more. And I'm going to tell you something, Tennessee Stud. You're going to be bye-bye. He's gone for good because I seen him haul him off like the Tennessee trash that he is. And right here you see he's going to get the licking of his life. You people thought that he was indestructible. Baby, I fixed him. I destroyed him. He is out. There will be no more Tennessee Stud. I'm going to be your stud.
Let me ask you a question, Jim. Were you involved with Johnny Valiant? Because Valiant came into this area as a Stud's partner and later turned on him. They had their altercations. Valiant's leg is broken. Were you involved in that in any way?
All I can say for Johnny Valiant, he couldn't get the job done, baby. He couldn't get the job done, but Jimmy Golden could.
And right here you see Jimmy Golden doing it, baby. I'm taking the mask off of that Tennessee stud. He is no longer the Tennessee stud. I'm the stud.
You're saying that
Super stud.
Ron Fuller had this coming, that he deserved this. But, Jimmy, did you ever see him lash anyone to a ring, make them defenseless, and then beat them?
Thatcher, I have seen them Fuller boys do horrible things that you cannot even imagine. You cannot even imagine. Them boys have had a silver spoon stuck in their mouth ever since the day they was born, and when the going got tough, the Fullers scooted out. They found them on the back door exit, brother. When it gets too tough for them, they get a way out, baby. But right here, there's no way out. I wish you people could have been there to...
You can see it right here on this film in color, baby. And it's something else, I'm telling you. The indestructible Tennessee stud is gone. They hauled him out in the Tennessee trash.
And he is gone bye-bye. There will be no more Tennessee stud. The only stud you're going to see is super stud.
Charlie,
You have no reasoning, sensible reasoning for all this taking place.
Right here is your Tennessee stud. I told you one time, and I'll tell you again, he's a no-good jerk that likes to break people's bones, but he's not here no more. There's your Tennessee stud, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks to all you wonderful fans, you've made it possible for me. You made it possible. Where you going, Charlie Platt? You little brown-nosing jerk. You're a knob polisher, boy. Anytime I want the Fullers to know something, I'll just tell you, you're going to leave two less. We don't make you can go ahead and leave two. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen.
We will get out of this segment of the program.
Don't cut me off there. Hold it. I'll buy some more time. Don't.
Well Auditorium at 8 p.m., a Super Southeastern Wrestling card. For reservations and information, call 320-6163. Tickets on sale Monday at 9 a.m. at the Boutwell box office. In a special event, Mr. USA Tony Atlas comes to Birmingham to battle Jimmy Golden. The Southeastern Tag Team title on the line as Randy Rose and Dennis Condrey defend against the tandem of Norvell Austin and Paul Orndorff. In a karate legal match, non-sanctioned by Southeastern Wrestling, Bob Armstrong battles Mr. Saito. United States Junior Heavyweight title on the line, no disqualification as champion Brad Armstrong meets Jerry Stubbs. Robert Gibson against outlaw Ron Bass, and Charlie Cook opens against Oki Shakina. Don't forget, Mr. USA Tony Atlas against Jimmy Golden. Rose and Condrey defend against Austin and Orendorf. Armstrong against Saito. Brad Armstrong defends the U.S. Junior title against Jerry Stubbs. And it all comes together Monday night, Birmingham's Boutwell Auditorium at 8 p.m.
And in the special main event on Monday night in Boutwell Auditorium, Jimmy Golden goes against Mr. USA Tony Atlas. We'll remind you to watch us here on Channel 42 next Saturday at 2 p.m. for Southeastern Wrestling. Before I talk to Jimmy Golden about this special match coming up Monday night, let's hear from Mr. USA Tony Atlas.
Tony Atlas, Monday night, Birmingham, Alabama. You've got Jimmy Golden, and you're there. Well, your mission is revenge for a friend.
That's right. You know, Ron Fuller and Robert Fuller, they're very good friends of mine. When I first started in this business, you know, a lot of people try to take advantage of me because they're always trying to take advantage of a young guy just started in the business. And when I came here to Georgia, one of the first people I made a town with was Robert Fuller and Ron Fuller. They took very good care of me. When I first came into Georgia, it taught me a lot of tricks and a lot of things in the ring, and that's the main reason why I'm coming there to take care of you, Jimmy Golden, because my main man, Robert Fuller, is unable to be there because he under a commitment he got himself under a long time ago about a lose or leave town commitment, which means he can't come there to whoop your butt. But I ain't under no commitment. You don't put my main man, Ron Fuller, out of business. You let me see if you could put Tony Atlas out of business. And then when I get through with your brother, if there's anything left, my main man, Robert, going to be there later on and get...
Jimmy Tony Atlas, a big, powerful man, and he's out to revenge a friend.
Big and powerful. Let me tell you something, brother Tony Atlas. You know, people's coming in, wrestlers is coming in from everywhere, man, challenging Jimmy Golden, Dusty Rhodes, Tony Atlas, Robert Fuller. Everybody, all of them has come to see the big man, the superstar. Let me show you something here about my ex-friend, the Tennessee Stud. He is no longer with us. He is gone bye-bye. I seen him haul him off like the Tennessee trash that he is. He is gone. He is it. That's it. No more Tennessee Stud. Here's your Tennessee Stud, what's left of him. I'm the stud, the super stud. And let me tell you something, Tony Atlas, and you people out there. You ain't seen nothing yet, baby. I'm going to take this muscle head. Where you from anyway, boy? I'm going to take you, Muscles, and I'm going to show you what wrestling is all about, brother, because you're against the best that there is, man. Like I said, they coming from everywhere now. And
Have to close it out. Charlie Platt a little upset with Jimmy Golden being as close as he is to Ron Fuller. You've seen a lot of action today.
And, of course, Jimmy Golden has got his hands full. As many friends of the Tennessee Stud calling in from around the country, issuing personal challenges to revenge their friend who is now injured and will be out of action indefinitely. That's it for today here at Southeastern Wrestling. Les Thatcher for everyone saying thanks for being with us and so long.